I was having a conversation recently with a young one, and they told me multiple times that they wanted to be famous. Now, in their case, they were attaching fame with money. You've heard the phrase fame and fortune. There's a reason why fame doesn't automatically equal fortune, because it doesn't. There's plenty of people who are famous who do not have fortune. But this conversation really alarmed me because it really had me thinking about the whole idea of fame and seeking of fame, especially in this technological age that we're in, this social media age where everybody seemingly wants to be famous, because you can literally create a social media account and, create a huge following. And you wonder, why do we as human beings desire to be known? Now, if you have a business or something like that where notoriety or followers equals money, equals prosperity in your business, that's one thing. But what we're experiencing in our society, not just now because it's been going on, but overall, is this need to be known, need to be a celebrity, idolization of celebrities. This has been an ongoing issue even before social media, right? I was alarmed by this young one saying that she wanted to be famous. And as I said, I understand in her case, she was saying that because she's thinking that money would come with fame. And I had to correct her. Okay, let's define what fame is according to dictionary.com. The state of being known or talked about by many people, especially on account of notable achievements. Notable achievements. The state of being known or talked about by many people. I think that sometimes we get it mixed up when it comes to fame. Being known or talked about by many people could also equal something very negative. There are people who have committed mass murders and they are famous or infamous. Okay, they are known and talked about by many people. There are a number of people who have gone viral online for something negative, and they are known and talked about by many people. And then we have those of us that are seeking of fame because we actually are in need of some type of validation. We do not feel like that we are enough as is. We feel like that maybe if we're famous, then now we're somebody. It's a deeper seated need. And the pandemic, again, taught us the lesson that fame does not automatically mean fortune, because there are famous people that during the pandemic had to end up pivoting and doing some things that they probably didn't ever realize that they would need to do in order to make some coin, because their bag got affected or stopped because of lockdown, shutdown, pandemic, etc. Right? Here's the other problem with being or having a desire to be famous, or even the desire to have a lot of money. If you have either of those things or the wrong motivation for either of those things, then you really could be very susceptible to being caught up in a situation like our dear sister Cassie here, as we're in the midst of the Diddy trial. Cassie wanted a recording career. She wanted to be famous as a singer. She didn't want to just sing, because if she wanted to just sing, she could have just went anywhere to sing. She wanted to be famous, as many people do. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with ambition. The problem comes in when you are willing to do anything for that fame or that fortune. And I bring up Cassie because it's not that she wasn't a victim of the things that we are now, well, over the last couple of years being exposed to that happened to and with her. But the fact of the matter that these other things are coming out, that she was involved with another famous producer prior to Diddy, or when she met Diddy and got involved with him, and she thought she was swinging to a higher tree by getting with him over the other gentleman. I think his name was Ryan Leslie. She thought she was elevating by getting with Diddy. She was willing to do whatever it took in order to acquire this dream of fame and fortune, lifestyle, the beautiful dresses, the exposure to famous other people, and all of the things, right? The finer things in life. If we don't set ourselves straight, and the younger people who are very susceptible to all of these images and desires and don't have a grasp on perspective and even integrity and even their own value and worth, this is when you have people that are willing to do anything, and I do mean anything, to be known, famous, to acquire the level of success that comes with fame or is a result of these type of achievements, and then also willing to do anything for money. That means selling soul, selling body, losing all integrity, losing all morals and values, willing to do anything. We really need to start as a society really thinking about how we uphold individuals who are famous, i.e. celebrities, and not just uphold them, but also how we crush and abuse them due to said fame, them being known. What was the definition again? The state of being known or talked about by many people, especially on account of notable achievements. That is actually not a completely just positive thing or a positive thing to experience. There are a lot of people. I just watched a documentary on Princess Diana. She did not want the fame that she ended up having. She ended up using it for the greater good, but the attention, the fame, all of that she got from being who she was, she did not desire that. Which is something that I shared with the young one that was expressing to me the desire to be famous. I told her that there are a number of people who are famous, even if they're famous online, like on YouTube or social media, that they didn't seek to go viral. For a number of them, it just happened. They weren't out there doing antics to try to be viral. For some of them, it just happened. Sometimes when you seek for something, it eludes you. And then if you have the opportunity to obtain it, if you have a by any means necessary mentality, you are now about to put yourself in a very dangerous position, because there are vultures and there is great evil in this world that will take you up on that by any means necessary mindset. Think about that the next time that you are seeking validation or attention or desire even something that you see that others have. Ask yourself why. What is your motivation? Why do you want to go viral? Why do you want fame? Why do you want your name up in lights? Why? and keep asking why until you peel back the layers down to the white meat. That's the lesson for today. I'm Mai. Please follow, subscribe, all the things. Okay? Bye.